Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Fist 25 and Jawa Sparky Save the Universe, otherwise known as Fist and Jawa. Here in front of us is the newest thing to Star Citizen. It is exactly 1 day old, as this is the day after CitizenCon that I am filming. It is October 10th, 2021. This ship in front of you, the beautiful 400i from Origin, and I know it's nighttime out here on Microtech, but we're going to get a chance to see this ship in the daylight too, so don't worry about that. Just stay tuned and let's take a look into the initial view, the initial look of the 400i, and that starts right now. All right, thank you for coming back to the channel. I hope you are as excited as I am about the 400i. It is a large luxury Pathfinder manufactured by Origin Jumpworks that is crafted to high performance with a greater range compared to any other ship in its class. Its scanning array, its substantial defensive capabilities. Origin has designed a ship that can explore the most unforgiving sectors of the verse, while keeping the comfort and elegance the company is well known for. So, let's take a look around the 400i real quick. It's very long. It's a long ship. It's supposed to be a competitor to, you know, kind of like the Constellation series and like the Drake Corsair, I believe, as well. It is a large ship, although I consider it medium large. It does have a crew of 1 to 3, a full crew of 3, maybe even 4 with a captain. It does have a cargo capacity of 42 standard cargo units. It is coming out in Alpha 3.15.0. I'm in the PTU right now. That's why we're able to see it, because I did actually buy it. Speaking of buying it, if you are buying it at the CitizenCon timeframe, it is $220 war bond. That is new money, folks, new money. You do get a CCU war bond upgrade, meaning you can CCU to it and still get the lifetime insurance from the war bond. But regularly, the ship standalone, if you were to buy it with store credit, it's $250. Sales are, as of right now, time limited. It is 60 meters in length, 12.5 meters high, and about 32 meters at the beam. Combat speed, SCM speed is 187 meters a second, maximum speed 1,207 meters a second. We're going to test that. And it weighs about 430,000 kilograms, introduced in 2950. Though through unforgiving lands, across the impossible expanse, a mirage calls, a distant oasis. We chase what most consider myth, pursue an obsession. That's what pushes us to greatness. The oasis is real. The 400i by Origin Jumpworks. Artistry in motion. I'm just so pumped to be able to do a ship review on another new ship. The last one we did was on the Connie Taurus, and we could see that the ship's lit up pretty darn well from I don't want to fall off here. From the Microtech here, we are on top of the nest. It has that big, long beak. And if you stand it up on end, it kind of looks like a can opener. Like you'd open a beer bottle with or something. Some of the features of the 400i are its luxury crew accommodation. Beautifully crafted contemporary furnishings provide absolute comfort, whether docked or millions of miles from civilization. Its defense, it contains a single-size 3-shield generator, a bespoke twin missile racks containing up to 16 size 2 and 16 size 1 missiles. That is a ton of missiles, folks. Definitely comparative to the Connie Andromeda. As well as 2 size 4 hardpoints, and 4 size 3 hardpoints via a pair of rear remote turrets. It does have a little bike bay, which is, we'll be able to see that here soon. And it's just for the Origin X1. It is made specifically for that bike, but the X1 doesn't exist in real life yet, not in game yet. Hopefully we'll see it this year, maybe at IAE. The front nose section of the 400i contains a vehicle bay designed to hold the Origin X1, which will allow you to explore at a local level. Access is via the drop-down platform. It has a standard UEE docking collar located on the port side of the ship. It gives you the ability to dock to dock stations or other ships without exposure to the surrounding environment. Airlock room. Thanks. I keep falling down for some reason. The PTU, right, guys? Airlock room. Thanks to the airlock, the crew can handle and access hostile environments either via the stepped platform or the side docking collar, and not expose the rest of the ship. Easy cargo access. Effortless access to the ship's 42 SCU of internal storage via a drop-down platform. So, this is kind of an internal look. Oh man, I keep falling down. I'm not sure why. PTU is kind of going crazy right now. Beautiful view of the ship here. We're going to do a couple things here. We're definitely going to get an exterior view after the walk around here and my constant falling down, probably because of the cold. I'm going to increase my walking speed. Sorry about that. Here's the rear turret, guys, from the walk around, and up above me is the engines and all that. We can see it has kind of two small wings back there. Up ahead of me is the cargo bay. Let me go ahead and do this. Oh, I'm certainly cold, but I still have an hour left to go. Very weird. And I'm falling down again. Love the PTU. So this whole thing is the cargo bay. We can open it from the outside through an open thing right there. It does open up and come down. And I fell down again. That's been happening a lot. So here's the cargo bay. Inside of the ship as well. From there, we're going to go ahead and close that sucker up. We'll probably fall down some more. Jeez. Oh, sometimes you just gotta laugh because I love this game, you know? Okay, get up, Fist. You can do it. Okay, so there is no marker for how to get in the ship, okay, guys? But if I can stand up for a few seconds... I will show you how to get in the ship. It is from the front, the port side of the little front landing gear strut. The one on the left opens up the bike bay. All right. So there is me falling down again. There's the bike bay. Definitely looks like you can't open her now. Right. So here is the bike bay that the X1 fits in. And later on, we're going to do, if it fits at ships, this is how you close it, or you can close it at the front strut. And if it fits at ships, that is also going to take on the Poe and Nox, which does fit in here. The Drake Dragonfly does not fit in here. And it appears I don't have any environmental goodness in here. Very odd. You can see that is the gravity generator right here, and I can't actually get out of this room. So this room is environment, okay? It's made to store a speeder bike, which who cares how cold it gets, right? But past the gravity generator, that is how you actually get into the ship. This is like a good prisoner storage pod. This is one way you could, I guess, do that if you could drag them up on this ramp. They're going to be real cold, though. So let's hop out of this thing. And it's going to take us down, and we're going to go into the real stairs for the ship. It's one of my favorite ships as far as how to get in and all that stuff goes. As I stand up, now to close that can opener bay, you just click on the left one there. As again, I keep falling down, and that closes up very nice. That's just really, really good looking animation. Now to get in the real stairs, you hit the right side of those doors open, and as I fall down again, you can see the stairs come down. Let's get on those stairs and get in this ship, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we are there. Oh, look how warm we're getting now. Yeah. So here is the gravity generator. This was the area we were just in on the other side of that window. Where you're going to store your speeder bike. Pretty cool, like prisoner transport. You could see them. You could also see your bike when it's in there. Now we're going to go ahead and do the interior tour right now. So to close this guy behind you, and this is different, right? You don't click anything here. you have to click that button. And it's the top button. Top button, guys. And the first thing it does is close the top of this so you can't fall down. And there we go. So now we are in the ship. All right. Now on this area, this is called the technical deck of the ship, I believe. Yeah, this is the technical deck. And you see there's weapon locker, suit locker, suit locker, suit locker. But guess what, guys? Now the weapon locker, of course, it's made for weapons, right? But the suit locker, and I did this earlier with my buddy Grimbach. It yes, it fits a suit, but it also fits a person. So to show you that, like, I'm stuck in here. If you close the door, it's closed, just like on the Carrack, and you could basically store a prisoner in there and they can't get out because there is no get out on the inside. You have to be let out externally. So another multi-purpose role for the ship, probably not as intended. All three of those suit lockers are the same. Here is the standard docking port for the ship, and you can see how that thing opens up to the outside, right? Very nice. We can close that. What I haven't seen is what this button does down here. The open button on the bottom. That's new for me. I don't know that that does anything. Maybe that's actually this door. Yeah, that's this door right here. Okay. But it does have sensors, so you don't have to worry about that one, guys. Now, while we're still down here on the technical deck, you can see that there's a door right here and it is climate controlled. And the reason it's climate controlled and you have to click this button to open is because it holds systems. Like, here's your shield generator, here's your radar, and you're supposed to be able to open these. Let's see, open. Notice I'm not necessarily getting cold in here, even though it's climate controlled. So here we go. Here's some actual components in this part of the ship. We'll close that up. And we'll open the other side, which also holds components. You can see there's the coolers and the life support. We'll open that, and we'll open that. So over here, there's components. Over here, there's more ship components. So pretty cool. We'll be able to do some engineering fixes when that type of gameplay is in the game. So that is the avionics right there. So, but we do have to reclose these. I'd love for these doors to actually be on sensors, but now the elevator, we're going to take that in just a sec here. And just in case the elevator's not working or you want to do something manually, you can take the stairs right there. So we're going to be going up there towards the habitation deck. Back here, while we're still on the bottom of the ship. Hey, look, it's a cargo bay, folks. That's the cargo bay we were in before. Nothing too fancy about it. Holds, what, 42 SCU, I believe. And you can fit certain types of vehicles on there as well. And also down here is more components, power plant. Down here is the escape pod. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So a crew of 4, guys, a captain and his crew, or maybe you have a guest on board or something and they need to be able to escape as well. But nothing too fancy about that. This is the cargo area. You can go down through this button right there on the side. What else? Okay. See, there's a sensor thing over here, but it's not working right now. So that is the technical deck of the 400i. Let's go up to the top. By the way, this is the way you call your elevator if it's not already down here. And we're going to go up to the habitation deck where all the fun's at. So I can tell you when we get off here, to the right, as soon as you get off the elevator, excuse me, that is the bridge straight ahead of us. But we're going to go into this room right here. Hey, look, it is a mirror. I guess, oh, I think it's a full bathroom. It's supposed to be a bathroom. Right off the main deck here, we can see that this is the shower head right here. So this is a full shower area. I don't see anywhere to actually expand the toilet, but maybe that's just not in the game yet. I know that we can open this piece right here and it becomes a medicine chest. So we can see our what does that say? Lily mast. We see our shaving cream down here. some toothbrushes, some toothpaste, some shampoo, all kinds of fun stuff in the medicine chests. And then, excuse me, we have a sink. And then we have over here, we have a closet. So we can open that closet and put stuff in there one day. Okay, so that is the restroom, folks. Yep, that door does close. Okay, as we head back aft, let's go straight back aft. This is the navigation room back here. No real gameplay right now with it, but one day we'll be able to plot courses and chart the stars and be able to do some Pathfinder stuff with this ship. It also has a pretty darn cool look with the windows back here. It's just very nice. Very, very good ambiance back here with the rear turret as well. What else we can see here is a little table. There's a cool little origin marble and gold sculpture, very 600i 890 jump-ish. But down here is a table where we can sit, we can eat, we can chat with our friends. There's a little ship screen down there and a little plant. And then back over here is the galley, very small galley, but it does, of course, its origin, so it has champagne down here, right? It's got some knives that we can't use, although I'm sure Karen from accounting will figure out how to use these knives. It's got some fruit, and maybe that's plastic fruit because it will probably never go bad. The marble and gold inlay of the countertops, the stainless steel of the sink. Very nice, very tidy, very clean. There's also a panel here where, let's see if I can do anything. Ooh, I made it dark. Look how pretty that is. So that was the bottom button over there. And I just kind of turned the lights off back here. Let's see what the middle button does. So it looks like I brought up a little bit of ambient light. Like, it looks very cool with the nighttime lights right there. Looks actually really, really cool. And then the top button should be full lights. Yep, and everything's coming back on for full lights. Very neat in the ambiance with that. Okay, so from the elevator, the first door on the right, this, whoa, as it closes on me, this is the captain's area. We can see that there's a little door here for closet storage. Okay. Here's the captain's chair, which when you sit down in this guy, which you can sit in it. I have done it. Yep, right there, enter seat. You get the view screen. The view screen does not work. So it looks like you can open some of these drawers. You'll be able to put stuff in there. Nope, didn't mean to open you, buddy. And I think you can open this drawer as well. Yep. So that's nice to have a little bit of storage there. You definitely got some glasses and an empty water bottle or something, some books. A typical small captain's lounge, right? And then it looks like there's some storage down here as well. We open that. That's under the bed. And that... Oh, it's stuck. So that's a bug. This should come out all the way. Probably contains some kind of uniforms or things like that. Very nice, though. And then there is the captain's bed, where you can log out with your ship and lie and sit down. And a little bit of view of the stars around here. There's really no moon roof, but there is good window here. Slim as it is. So that is the captain's area. Now let's go check out the crew area, which is directly across from it. The crew area, you got a couple beds, right? So it's really a crew of 3. But you could definitely do 4 if you're kind of sleeping shifts or something, I guess. Let's see if the crew thing opens up all the way. Nope, it's also stuck as well. That's too bad. The crew is reading some books. They got a little weird nightstand right there. I bet you they have their own closets. Yes, they do. They have their own closets. So 1 bathroom on the entire ship, guys. And it is... You've seen it? Anyway, even the crew has some nice view areas. They just don't have the desk space, really. But it's Origin. It looks very good. You'd expect maybe more to be in this ship, but it is what it is. Let's see. Is there any more lighting on the ship besides the stuff back there? I thought there might be, but I could also be wrong. We're not ready to see the bridge yet. So, oh well. I thought there was other mood lighting in here. But I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. Doesn't that look neat? I think it looks really cool. Actually, I like the ambient light here that shows up. Very cool. I was hoping we'd see something for light around these doors here, but I guess we don't really have that, which is too bad because I would love to be able to tone down that light. But let's go into the big room, guys. Let's go into the bridge. Okay, so now we're up on the bridge and we see the beautiful city of Microtech surrounding us here. A little bit wet here at night. You can see we have 2 support seats. Each of these support seats, as you will see, has a remote turret attached to it. So that is cool. They also have these real tactile buttons. We're going to see those work when we get up in space and fly around. And then you have the captain's seat. It's very Myst-like in its view here, especially with no moonroof or anything like that. So, and the single light. So very interesting. You can see it's a dual stick setup for the pilot. And let's go ahead and get in the pilot seat. Okay, here we are, folks. We're in the pilot seat, and now that we've done the interior walk around, let's go ahead and do the walk around of the HUD and the pilot's buttons and things like that. The cockpit tour, have you? We can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 multi-purpose displays for the pilot to work with. We have a 3D radar here on the bottom, and then we have our sticks and our kind of panels on the left and the right. Well, starting with the left, on the very far left, we have quantum display on and navigation display on. Not all of these buttons are actually physicalized or anything like that, so maybe that'll happen in the gold pass. A little bit to the right is disabled coupled flight and engaged cruise control, and then proximity flight assist. And that pretty much holds true for everything in here on that side. Now on the control, you can see we have some buttons next to the left stick here. The very topmost button, exit, exterior, close exterior, and press to unlock. And that's all we really have on the left side there. I don't necessarily see an eject straight down, but I'm sure it does eject. But it does have escape pods. It has escape pods, so maybe it does not eject. To the right, we have our power off. And then we have engine on and off, and then we have weapons off. To the right side of that, we have this display here with some buttons, but I don't see anything coming up. It just triggers our weapon button down there. So none of these buttons actually work. And then up top, we don't have anything to interact with up top. So that pretty much concludes the tour of the cockpit. We can see that we still have the HUD from 314, right? The standard HUD. It is not like anything Origin or anything like that. I do have 2 size 4s for the pilot to shoot, and the turrets in the back, on the top and on the bottom, are size 3s. So let's go ahead and fire up this engine, guys. All right, engines coming online here. Isn't that a beautiful shot of the 400i? Ooh, looks fantastic. Screenshot. Okay, so here's our 400i from the back and on the ground. You can see it does have those engines in the back. And I say we take off here and we make our way into space. We see what it takes to escape Microtech's gravity. And then we'll get into the sunlight and we'll kind of take a little deeper exterior walk around of the ship. But we'll do it from space. So let's take off. We'll fly around atmosphere a little bit. So one of the complaints about the ship is the vertical thrust is not good enough. Sometimes it does get stuck. But we will lift off from the Nest apartment buildings, which is right under us. We'll go ahead and we'll cycle that landing gear so you can see what that looks like. And there we go. You see the front strut comes up just a little bit, and the landing gears get sucked up into their respective landing wells. And let's go ahead and hit cruise control. We will start to head out of the system, or out of the atmosphere. We can fly around a little bit around Microtech. We can see twins coming up there. Microtech is very pretty, on par with Orison for sure. I kind of like Microtech because of the snow. I am from Denver. Now I am trying to make a right roll. You can see how slow the right roll is in atmosphere. Very, very slow. I think, there we go. That's a little better. I think the ship is a bit too sluggish for the size of the ship. Like, I'm pretty sure I can roll the Connie faster than I can roll the 400i. And I think that's probably something that's going to be tweaked. Because this is a PTU build. Guys, this is day 2 of the existence of the 400i for us end users. And let's go ahead and crank the power up a little bit. And we'll fly by the Schubert Mining Tower and with the monorail under us, and just enjoy some of the beauty of Microtech here in glorious 4K. If you're watching the video in 4K and on a 4K monitor, I hope you're enjoying it, because this graphics are as good as it gets here in Star Citizen. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful sight to behold here on Microtech. Okay, enough of that. Let's go ahead and we will angle upwards. And we'll see how fast that vector indicator catches up with us as we angle up to 90 degrees to escape Microtech's gravity. Our target here is about 12,000 meters before we're really able to quantum out of here. And you see the TBI is just slowly creeping up. Slowly. The wind's pushing us around just a bit. I'll go ahead and hit boost. Oh, I should show you the boost, so we can see Microtech below us. And I'll engage some of the afterburners. Boom, you can see that view. It's a beautiful view. And this ship has a ton of room for afterburner. So you can see I got down to like the 80s, but like we're at 172 going up, and I'm just holding down the burner button, and it just keeps laying it on and laying it on. And we're definitely gaining some speed, over 100 meters a second faster than we were going, and draining the boost all the way to 0. We get to about 360-ish, and that gets us out past 12,000 meters. So we should be able to quantum now. Oh, I see Port Tressler over here. Let's go ahead and line up for that. I don't think it's in the sun because it is in geosynchronous orbit with the rest of Microtech, but we can move easier in space. All right, so I changed the speed down to SCM. Let's see what SCM is in space. It is exactly 184 meters per second, whereas StarCitizen.tools said it was 187. Let's go ahead and crank it all the way up. We make a flyby past Port Tressler here. We go ahead and add some boost. Make sure we don't hit anything, you know what I mean? All right, so we are cruising along now. StarCitizen.tools said our maximum speed was 1207, and it is not. We are definitely going faster than that. Looks like our maximum speed is 1249. I mean, not 1250. It is 1249, but you know, pretty much 1250, guys. All right, let's see if we have any sunlight. Oh, we do have sunlight on the ship. Let's go ahead and flip it around. Let's start the exterior tour of the 400i. I'm going to go back down to SCM speed. So from the back and on the top of the 400i, we can see it definitely looks very Origin-like. You can definitely see where that can opener shape kind of comes from. It has that long bow, which we know fits the speeder bike and kind of contains the gravity generator and the stairs. But with most of the stuff being in the rear area, the mid to rear area of the ship, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you like it? Now, this is the base paint. It comes with a bunch of different paints, which I'm going to show you all during the loadout section, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, this is the base 400i. It is completely symmetrical, so port side and starboard side are exactly alike. It's a very pretty ship. Let's see these front guns here. These are they are 447s, and they're very nice. They do quite a bit of damage, and they're repeaters, so they go quick. There's only 36 energy rounds on that guy. I'm not quite sure where the missiles come out at. There are bespoke missile launchers. Also don't exactly know what that is on top of ship besides of a thruster. Let's see. Didn't mean to do that. There's our retros on the front. And here is a little bit better view of the back. Trying to see where the missile tubes are. I don't see them. Sometimes you can go inside the ship here and see if we see like missiles or anything. I don't necessarily see. There's the cargo room. I don't see any actual missiles here. Go on the other side. I don't see anything here either. Here's the guts of the ship, which is actually super cool. Where are the missiles, guys? Where are the missiles? I don't see them. If you guys know where the missiles are kept, please let me know. Maybe they're on the bottom. Let's tell you what, guys. Let's flip the ship around. Whoa, 180. We'll get a view of the bottom of the ship. There is definitely where the cargo bay is that ups down out of the back. We see our rear turret, which are size 3s, and also our top rear turret, which is size 3s. A lot more rounds than those guys. I think this is where the missiles come out. Yeah? I don't know, maybe not. Maybe that's a thruster. No, I don't know. That's definitely where the stairs come out, and then the bike bay. So yeah, I'm just not quite sure. Usually I can tell pretty easy. Maybe it's in this area. They are bespoke missile launchers, so maybe it's in the front of the ship here. Well, maybe that's maybe not. That is looks like a thruster area, but I don't know. Maybe we'll have to fire some missiles and find out. So there you go, guys. That is the front of that is the space walk around of the 400i. Now we're going to do some first-person dogfighting. And then we're going to do, if it fits its ships, kind of, because it's PTU, things are a little wonky, but I do have some opinions on it. Then we're also going to do a chase camera dogfight. We're going to do loadouts of this thing. We're going to do the ship commercial. There is no brochure, so I don't have to put you through that pain of me reading a brochure. And then we'll wrap up this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it so far. If you do enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. We have that little red subscribe button on YouTube down below. It is free to you, and hopefully you'll like one of our 100+ other videos. If you would like to support the channel, we do have a Patreon, Fist and Jawa. You can get all the links for everything from our Discord to our merchandise store to our Patreon to our Twitch. Of course, back to YouTube, all that stuff at our website, which is fistandjawa.org. It's all one word. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you in the dogfight. All right, guys. So here we are in the dogfight mission. It's because this The patch resets all the time. The missions do too. So I think this is a tracker training for a very lowest target or something similar to that. I'm going to slow the ship down a little bit because I don't want to fight with it going faster than I can really turn it. So I'll probably go to SEM once I'm closer to the guy. You can tell that I did upgrade the laser repeaters on the ship from gimbaled size 3s to ungimbaled size 4s, and they are CF447 repeaters called Rhinos. They pack a little bit more punch, but they also require me to be on almost directly on my pip. So we'll see how the ship does. Because I film out of order, I've already seen that Jawa was able to handle an ECM mission, which will be what we do for the chase camera dogfighting. Or no, sorry. That was what we were doing today, and we weren't able to get the turrets working. So, but we did a similar mission, and we were able to shoot down some bad guys, and so not an issue. The ship can handle itself fairly well offensively. Oh, and he sees me for sure. I'm going to try to use missiles. I haven't had a lot of success using missile operator mode in the ship, so we're going to give it a try. So first thing we're going to do is switch out what missiles, and you can see the very edge of the HUD is like in my view there, and that's not good. That's not even our target right there. That's just a guy in an M50. Our target should be over here. There he is. He's up here somewhere. I saw him very briefly. So hopefully he shows up here. Okay. There. Whoa. It's like he's there and he's not there. It's very odd. There he is. So maybe this is a PTU issue. I'm not sure. You see my missiles are like on and off and on and off, and so son of a, that's what I got. We're gonna switch to the turret. Those guys are shooting missiles at me, so I'm gonna fire off some countermeasures. Looks like that guy was in a Mustang Delta. This other guy should be in an M50, but he bugged out. Oh, no, he's still there. All right, let's see if we can get him with missile operator. Looks like we're going in and out. Okay, we're gonna shoot. Okay, missiles are working. I don't think they hit. We'll turn this ship around, mister. So we'll shoot him with lasers here. Boom, there he goes. M50 down pretty darn quick. All right, well, it looks like our target's friends aren't showing up. It doesn't look like I took any damage from that, which I didn't expect to. This got size 3 shields, but you can see how slow it turned when we were in battle. Hopefully they do improve the flight mechanics of this ship, and we'll be able to, you know, use it better in dogfighting. The turrets are a little borked, and other people other than the owner are not able to use missile operator mode right now as well. So a few issues, you know, but nothing too crazy. And yeah, let me know what you think. If you've done some combat with these ships, this ship in particular, what was your experience? I would imagine it'd be the same with the Connie, even though the Connie has more guns. So yeah, that's it for the dogfighting portion, folks, and we'll see you in the next segment. Thanks for watching. All right, guys, Fist25 back here with the 400i, and this is If It Fits, It Ships. And I got my good friend Jawa out here with me. He's on quiet mode right now, but we're going to try to fit the Apoa Nox into the X1 bay. It's kind of hard to judge here if we are actually aligned correctly. Okay, I'm gonna try to load it up here. Ugh, the views from here are atrocious. Okay, looks like I'm hitting the front spot there. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna turn off the unit. I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. Yeah, I can maybe go another foot, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's, Joey, you want to go ahead and put up the bay, and we'll see what happens if it actually stays in the area. No, it's falling. It's falling. Stay in there. Stay in there and stop moving around. Oh my gosh. Oh, it came out the top. So, okay. So it looks like it actually would fit, but it just doesn't work right. I think the X1 is a much smaller vehicle than the Nox. The Dragonfly is way too big. So maybe if you get it like just perfect, it would work. But yeah. Not working with this. So let's go ahead and grab a Cyclone, and we'll see if that fits in the back. Okay, guys, so now we have a Tumbril Cyclone. This is the base model Cyclone. This is not, doesn't have anything fancy in it. We did try the Cyclone MT. It is too big to fit, which is what I also think the TR Cyclone with the gun on it would be too big. It looks like it won't fit under the gun in the back. Nope. So we'll try from the other side here if we can. We were having clearance issues with it. Okay, coming in. Jawa's guide me in. Ooh, that doesn't look pretty. Okay, going to the left, straight. Yeah, move the camera around here. I think I need to go a little bit more. It's hard to see. This camera doesn't pan very well. There we go. Okay. All right, I'm gonna hop out of here, and we're going to we'll raise up the cargo bay. Oh yeah, go ahead, Joe. Raise up the cargo bay. There we go. Let's see if the Cyclone stays. Looks like it stayed. Very nice. Yeah, we'll take a look inside the ship, make sure it stayed in there, but looks like no issues storing the Cyclone, the base model Cyclone. Anything bigger than that is not going to fit. So that means you could store a Nox back there. You could store a Dragonfly back there. There's a bunch of different stuff you could store back there. But you're not going to be able to store anything like an Ursa Rover, anything like that. So yeah, there we go. Cyclone is, if it fits, it ships. The Cyclone is in there. Can you lower me down, sir? And hopefully I don't die. Shenanigans. All right, guys, so we'll be back here. We're going to load up this cargo bay full of cargo and show you what that looks like, and then we'll move on to the next segment. So stay tuned for that, and we'll with the magic of video editing, we'll. All right, folks, we just bought a full load of diamonds here from the shopkeeper inside. We're going to run up, see what that looks like inside of the 400i cargo bay. And boom, there we go. 42 SCU of diamonds. Can we walk through them still? Yes, we can. So they're still 100% not physicalized, and we can walk straight through all of the cargo, which I thought that's what was going to happen. No surprise there. We spent 24,500 on this load of diamonds, and we are probably going to head towards Ariel, and I'm not Ariel, but Lorville, and go sell them. I'm going to drop Jawa off at Everest Harbor, so we might do we might do one of these fun fast forward time lapse type of videos, and yeah, let's see how much we can make on a load of diamonds. Diamonds cost 5 credits like per. Oh, I guess Jawa, is he gonna fly? Are you gonna fly? I thought I was dropping you off. Apparently not. I have some really good shots, but beautiful shots of Magda on the red side as we leave HDMS Han in the dust, and maybe Jawa can pull his landing gear up. There he goes. Look at that. The beautiful space yacht, miniature space yacht on the beautiful moon of Magda. Doesn't get much better than that, folks. Gorgeous view of this gorgeous ship. All right. So you know what? We'll do a little commentary as we head out. I'm going to bring Jawa into the conversation. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You're unmuted now. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry
all right.
As we're going to head there, give me your opinions on 400i.
I like it. It's well, not a little. It's a lot sluggish. But I really like it. I like the look of it. I like the amount of storage in it. That's, personal storage. That it like under the at least under the captain's bed, you have storage in there. You got storage in the captain's office, for in the drawers in the desk. So you got that. I like the windows in it. There's a window in every room, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. And with the latest patch here, I like to be able to see which doors I'm opening and see the pips to indicate where the doors are. That's kind of nice. So, yeah. How about you? What do you think of it?
Well,
because we did both buy them on Saturday.
Yeah, I'll let our viewers know that the very first review was, they know it was the day after this thing came out, and they did patch the game to where the markers for the cargo bay and all the other doors, they do show up as you're walking towards them. But so I really like this ship. It has a number of bugs.
Mm-hmm.
As they'll see in the chase camera dogfighting, the turrets right now do not have the ability to target anything. And that happened to me today as we were trying to refilm it, and it happened a couple days ago. So when you're in either turret, you cannot target anybody. You can't target a good guy or bad guy, nobody. And so, the only way you could shoot is with visual contact, and without pips and stuff, it's very hard. And the coverage is not great. I'm looking at the turrets right now, and that top turret, like, they're great for anything to the side and to the back of the ship. So if anybody is doing like trailing you, but as far as adding really to the firepower in the front of the ship, it's just not going to happen. So the firepower for the front of the ship is really dependent on the pilot. So,
and I don't have access to missile operator mode.
Right. I don't know if I've successfully used it either. In addition, the crew, the party members who are trying to use the elevator, it will not work for them, but it does still work for me as the owner of the ship.
Yeah, I noticed that yesterday in my ship.
Right. So there is a number of things that need to be tweaked, but hey, it's PTU. It's the, you know, the first iteration of the ship. It's not even a week old. But so far, as long as they tweak the flight model, fix those few bugs, and by tweaking the flight model, I mean this thing should probably be at minimum as agile as a Connie Aquila, probably a little bit more so because it's Origin. It's a little more high end. You know, a Beamer versus a Chevy. And you know, I would expect it to have just, you know, just more thruster, and be able to turn faster. Just nothing crazy, but more agile for sure. Other than that, I think it's a great start for this ship, and it's gonna be a fun ship. I like that it's exploration. And we were just talking with our friend Gonzo about exploration ships this year, and it looks like this is going to be the clear-cut winner. Now, next year for the ship showdown, will this beat the MSR? Will it beat the Argo Cargo? I don't know. right now, this and the A2 are the new hotness for 315, and there's 3 more ships for 315, being the Redeemer, the Ares Ion, and the Ares Inferno, which I own all 3 of those, so we will be doing early ship reviews as early as possible, guys. So stay tuned for that, and I'm gonna cut the mics off and we'll do a little fast footage, and I'll meet you at the terminals in Hurston to see how much money we can make from this loaded diamonds. Okay, everybody, so we are back. We're here at Central Business District. We had to take the long way around because of a bug with the train doors. We had to go to Metro Center first. But I think the server is about to die, so I want to get this stuff sold. We had a full load of diamonds here, and we bought it for $24,500. We were going to sell it for $30,869, so we made about just a little bit over 6,000 Alpha UEC on that trade run. And those diamonds were like 5 Alpha UEC per micro cargo unit or whatever. So yeah, so definitely you could do better with more, with higher priced goods like laranite and agresian and things like that, things that sell for higher values. But hey, you know, $6,000, not too bad of a little cargo run there. Yeah, so that's all I got for If It Fits It Ships, the cargo run section. Thank you so much for watching, and let's move on to the next segment of the video, and that's going to happen right meow. Okay, everybody, so here we are at the DPS calculator PTU. In patch 3.15.0 that is in the PTU. Of course, some of this data is subject to change, but this should be the data on the 400i through the game files, because that's where Urkel.games pulls its information from. So let's take a basic look at the 400i. We can see that right now the pilot guns, they have 1000 DPS or 120 alpha damage, and that comes from two gimbal size 3 laser repeaters, the CF337 Panthers. We also know that it has, just kind of like the MSR, it has two remote turrets. These are remote instead of manned, but they both have two size 3s that are on those turrets, so those total up to 2000 DPS with 2400 alpha damage. We know one is on the top back and one is on the bottom back of the ship. The ship also has a bunch of missiles. I mean, a ton of missiles, right? So we have 16 size 2 missiles with our, I believe the missile launchers are bespoke. We also have 16 size 1 missiles. So really good missile coverage here on this ship. It is essentially a missile boat. We also know that it is a large ship. So the shields are capital class. They are size 3s. There's only one of them, but still, it's a big shield. Our power plants are size 2, and there's 3 of them. And then the coolers are size 2, and there's 3 of those. I'm pretty sure there's 3. I'm pretty sure there's 3 and not 2. And then we have a size 2 quantum drive. So really good shields on this ship, at least to start out with. We can see that the shield hit points is 100,000. This is all stock, right? And it can heal at 1200 hit points a second and a full charge in 83 seconds. The base power plants here, the 3 industrial grade sedulities, are good power plants. They're industrial grade. They're meant to last a long time. We can see we're barely using any of our power. We're using 3,000 out of 39,000. So, and the same with the cooling. The cooling is industrial grade Bs. The snowfalls, really good coolers. We can see we're using 405 out of 25,200 of our cooling. So, and then the quantum drive, I don't love it. It's a torrent, civilian grade C. It is a grade C. It's meant more for efficiency than it is for necessarily speed. You go from PO to microtech in a little over 7.5 minutes. So let's take a look at bumping up what we can on the ship. And some of the stuff you don't have to, but let's see what it takes to fully upgrade the ship to what I would do for a loadout. So these size 3s on the pilot guns, I would, you get more bullets with the size 3s, and they're gimbaled, so 2 advantages there, but I would definitely just upgrade them to size 4s. Sorry, that's what I like. So you could go either with attrition 4s or rhinos. Right now they still have the same damage, 640 DPS. I would go with the rhinos because they are less expensive, and they're more plentiful. Although if you are based out in Hurston, the attritions you can get all the attritions you need out there because that's where they're all at. Whereas you can find the rhinos at Babbage, Hurrell 2, Hurrell 3, or Hurrell 5. So a lot of Hurston in there. For the turret, by the way, that's also going to increase your DPS from 1,000 to 1,280 with higher alpha damage. With the turrets in the back, I would leave them where they are. I would keep them as laser repeaters. This whole ship, I would go laser. I would go ballistic until we actually get more ammo in our ballistics, which doesn't seem to be happening in 3.15. But for laser repeaters, I would not go with the attritions or the NDBs, although the NDBs do have that white aesthetic. So if you like kind of a different looking gun and the white aesthetic to it, maybe go with the NDBs. They are like right in the middle of the price range. Oh no, they're the most expensive. I thought the attritions might be the most, but nope, the NDBs are the most. There's nothing really special about them in this patch. So my recommendation is to stay with the 337s, leave it stock so we don't have to upgrade that. The missiles, Strike Force 2 missiles are cross-section. Really good damage on these, 3790 damage per missile. The only one higher is the Dominator 2, the electromagnetic, which goes up to 3894. You could certainly replace those, but I would just leave them stock. The Strike Force 2 it's a good missile. I don't love missile gameplay in 314 or 315, so you gotta take it as it is. But I think those are just fine for size 2s. For the size 1, we have marksmen, which are infrared. I would probably upgrade those. You could look at the Arrow 1, which has the most, I think it's as close to the most damage, but I probably would actually mix it up here and not go cross section with the Spark. I would probably go with a Task Force 1, plus the Task Force looks cool. So yeah, I would upgrade to a Task Force 1, and I would get even more damage out of this, and plus mix up cross section and electromagnetic or radar guided. For the shields, you see the Guard is civilian grade C. Now we did get some shield tweaks here from CIG in patch 315. Typically I would recommend going with the parapet here. That used to be the highest hit points for class or size 3 shields. We can see it's the same hit point value as the FR86. The FR86 is the military version. It's supposed to recharge faster, although I don't think it does this patch. It goes for 136,000 Alpha UEC, whereas the Parapet goes for 169. So I would say let's go with a single FR86, and I think it'd be really happy with that. And it gives you 15,000 more hit points in your hit point pool, because we don't actually have armoring yet. For the power plants, I'd leave them alone. I think sedulities are fine. You are getting 13,125 power per power plant, but if you were going to upgrade them, I would probably upgrade it with a military variant. It is less power, but they are supposed to have other advantages. If we look at the JS400, it's supposed to, when you get EMP'd or something, you're supposed to be able to come back up quicker. Let's see. Let's look between the two. The power draw, I'm sorry, there's more power provided by the sedulities by about 2,500 or so power. The temperature is about, well, yeah, IR temperature is about the same. The JS400 does have more hit points if that ever tends to matter. It looks like the JS400 also, the distortion reboot time max is 12.2 seconds and the sedulities is 4 seconds. So maybe I would stick with the sedulity. I don't see any reason to actually upgrade these. They don't seem to really matter. If you want a higher hit point pool of your power plants, then go with the JS400. But honestly, I would probably just stick with the stock loadout. As far as coolers, again, you can stick with the stock loadout. What I would have recommended was to go with the snowpack, which is the industrial grade A. I don't even see the snowfalls on here yet, and that may be because they are a new cooler. Yeah, I don't even see them on there, but I would just leave them stock. I wouldn't even mess with it. So plenty of cooling is provided. It's a grade B. It's a fine component. Now, one thing I would change for sure is the quantum drive. I don't want to wait 8 minutes to get from PO to Microtech. So while we're still just in Stanton, I would go with either the XL1, the Jaeger, or the Crossfield. I think they're all really good. The XL1 being the fastest, but it also uses the most gas. It goes for about 94,000 Alpha UEC. You can only buy it at Port Tressler. I wouldn't even bother with the Jaeger unless they sell it at Port Tressler as well. Unless you just want to spend less money, you can also buy that at Grimhacks. I would recommend the Crossfield heavily. I know it's a military grade C, but it has really good times. I mean, you're only saving, it's like 421 with the XL1 to 442. You're saving 20 seconds. If that matters to you, go with the XL1. But I think the Crossfield's a really good drive. You can buy that at PO, Port Tressler, Grimhacks. It looks like Port Tressler is the place for size 2 quantum drives. But let's go ahead and put it with the XL1, just to make sure we have the best component in there for you definitely got to upgrade the quantum drive. So with that, let's throw our items into the cart, and we'll bring up the cart. 16 missiles, although they're pretty cheap. It looks like we can only buy the FR-86 at Area 18. We can only buy the XL-1 at Port Tressler. We can buy the 447 at different places. Since none of the other places are on the list, I would say probably New Babbage, but you might want to spend a little bit more to not have to fly down into the city. But we'll put the cheapest one on there. And then the Task Force missiles, you could buy them each at... you can buy them at Area 18 since you're going to be there anyway, or New Babbage. They're the same price there. It's cheaper at her L2. You could also buy your Rhino at her L2, but it's more expensive there. So I would say just do that at New Babbage or Area 18. It's the same cost. And that brings our total upgrade cost to 270,326 Alpha UBC. Not too bad considering the ship, and it just comes with some really good stuff. And you definitely don't need to upgrade the weapons or the missiles or the shields. I would say minimum you upgrade the quantum drive and you should be fine, and that's less than 100,000. So that's my recommendations for that. Now let's get on to the last part of the loadout section here, and let's talk about paints. Okay, so it's not going to come up with a list of paints, but I do know the paints for the 400i. The first one, well, everybody knows the stock paint for the 400i is just the standard white, which we've seen throughout the video. There's also another paint called the let's see, it is the try to pronounce this correctly, the Calcutta, I guess is what it's called, the Calcutta. The Calcutta looks, it's pretty cool. It's more like a black and white. It's got those black wings. It looks good. It looks very similar to the original 400i paint, just a little more black in there. The second choice is the Stratus paint, and that is basically a basic 400i again with a lot of the white, and then it has the yellow. I guess it's like a gray and yellow coming around the wings. So the 400i, that is the Stratus paint job. The next paint job would be called the Afterglow, and that is luminous orange and black. I kind of really like this paint job because it changes the look of the whole ship. The whole ship is black, and then it has those orange wings on there. I really like to know what you guys think in the comments below on that. And then one of the paint jobs that you can get that comes with CitizenCon is the Meridian paint job, and that's the one they showed actually at CitizenCon. You can only get it if you bought a 400i with new money completely, not an upgrade, but a completely new money. You can get the Meridian paint job, and it's kind of that chrome look to the paint job. It kind of looks worn, a little bit dirty. It does not look Origin to me. It looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not Origin to me. But kind of has that worn chrome look. I really like it. It's super cool. I actually don't have it, but my Jawa has it because he bought it, the ship new, and I did an upgrade. Unfortunately, I don't have that paint, so thank you to Jawa for bringing that paint out. And then the last paint is a concierge only paint, and it is called the Penumbra, and it is like a kind of a dark gray. I won't say black, and then it has some light grays on it, and then it has some gold around it too. It's very elegant. CIG calls it inky black and shimmering gold. I think it looks really good. I think it highlights a lot of the Origin stuff. I would have liked to see a white and gold, or a gold and white. I think that'd be cool. But anyway, guys, that is the Penumbra paint. So that is all the paints in the lineup for the 400i currently. Thank you for watching the loadout section of the video, and we're now going to move on to the 400i ship commercial.
through unforgiving lands, across the impossible expanse. A mirage calls, a distant oasis. We chase what most consider myth. Pursue an obsession. That's what pushes us to greatness. The Oasis. It's real. The 400i by Origin Jumpworks.
All right, everybody. So now it's time to end the video. We're gonna end it with some shots of Jawa and I flying around Magda and Hurston. I just want to say thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. If we have earned your like and subscribe, please help out the channel. Help us out by clicking that fancy subscribe button at the bottom of your YouTube screen. You can also catch us live streaming on Twitch and on YouTube. Jawa and I both have independent streams at the same time, and we tag up with Discord, so it's the same time, same stream, just different viewpoints. Those are Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and Jawa also does Java with Jawa, his mining stream, every Sunday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. And you know, we frequent the Astro Pub on Captain's Table, and we do some other stuff. You can catch us with the Cobras over the Cobra Force. You can catch us with the Desert Rats as well, and on our own Discord, the Sons of Valhalla. If you are interested in helping out the channel, we do have a Patreon that gets you special access to our Discord. For the Patreon side, gets you first looks, some behind the scenes, and once we get enough patrons, we will start doing Patreon only streams and things like that. So you could also support us by buying merch from our merch store, and you can get the links to all that stuff and more over at our website, which is fistingjawa.org. So 400i, my final thoughts here. It's a really cool ship. I like the concept of the Pathfinder. It definitely has some bugs that need to be worked out. There are definitely some things that have to be tweaked on that ship before it really becomes really viable, I think, in its role as a Pathfinder. But so far so good. I would love it if they released the X1 so we could actually have a little motorbike to fit in our X1 bay on the ship, and then we could actually use that to get around to different places, and then we could use the cargo bay for actual cargo instead of like putting a cyclone in there. Yeah, so far so good. Having a great time flying the ship. It is incredibly beautiful. I think it's laid out very well. The space and everything inside feels great. I think it's gonna be a fun multi-role ship. I don't love the turret gameplay of it, but I'm sure once we are able to actually track targets and stuff like that, it'll get better. So I want to know what you guys think. Please write some comments in the comments below. Let me know if I did a horrible job or if I did a decent job or a good job. I would appreciate that. Everyone knows I'm a great fan of criticism. Seriously though, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are on the 400i, and what you think the future is going forward for the ship, and what you like about it now, what you don't like about it now. I'd love to hear from you. So this Fist25 signing off until the next video. And remember, if the fist don't get you, the lightning bolt will. Good night, Stanton.